Very, very liberal. But hey, it's sociology after all. Socialism. I'm just kind of disappointed after this that they don't know the difference between sociology and socialism after a whole semester's worth of intro to sociology.
When I took this professor, I don't believe she read any of my papers. She just decided she didn't like me. I could have paid John Steinbeck to write a paper for me, and she would have given it a C and handed it back. I would seriously recommend avoiding her if possible. If not, pretend you too have no friends or a life, and you'll be okay. John Steinbeck would have gotten at least a B, I'm sure.
He's a very smart guy, but if you ask him to dumb something down, he doesn't know how. He speeds through chapters and doesn't explain everything in the chapter, but it's on the test. Don't take the class if it's optional for you. If you need it for your major, change your major immediately. Whew, that's drastic. I don't know. I try and dumb things down. Certain point, you can only go so low. You know how that goes. But yeah, I wish the student had a better time. I'm sorry to hear this.
Great teacher, love the class, a lot of projects, so don't take it if you are lazy. Study everything she says for the test and you'll be fine. Don't take my class if you're lazy.
Do not take this woman if you care about your GPA or your dignity. I would never take her again in my entire life. Tests are ridiculous. She's also rude. Just avoid. Okay, I don't understand what is meant by ridiculous tests. This is college, and college is difficult.
If she was a dude and not my teacher, I probably would have beat her up several times within the first 3 weeks. I typically do pretty good in language arts, he meant pretty well, with hard teachers, but Sandy Diamond is a crazy psycho about things and gives you loads of assignments. Drop immediately. I'm not sure that's a clinical diagnosis.
The next review is just a single sentence with multiple exclamation points. Do not take her. Okay, there's nothing I can do with this.
Erin is awesome. She is relatable, sociable, and a very good-spirited person. She does her best to respect you, and all you have to do is respect her back. So long as you do what she tells you and stay involved, you should easily make a B, if not an A. That just makes me very happy that people find me relatable and that they feel respected by me. So that's an A in my book.
Nice as hell, down to earth, interesting. That being said, she doesn't teach the second half of the semester. Her midterm and final are almost entirely written. It's a huge amount of material you have to know, and you have to list them, so be ready to study your balls off. You can make an A, do the extra credit. Do the extra credit. I am nice as hell, by the way.
Trombley was one of the sweetest professors I've ever had. Thank you. He cares about his job and knows what he's talking about. His class is extremely difficult, but if you work hard and do the extra credit, you should end up with an A or a high B. Well, thank you. And that's what I hope for.
When I'm looking for a constructive review, I am looking at information that's going to help me be a better professor, not necessarily an easy professor. So I'm looking for things that will help guide how I structure a course. I am looking for some information that might help me identify what students are struggling with. But if you're talking about my personality or you're talking about the ease of a course, that to me isn't constructive.
I like to hear what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and how I can fix it in something that I can actually fix. Trombley was awful. I can't fix that.